What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Conversation Lab. I'm D House here with Mike and Jay for our second podcast in like 3 or 4 days, which is crazy.
It's
But
true.
it's Monday. We got the people demand it. How are you doing it, guys?
Doing great. Chilling. Played a bunch of games over the weekend.
Nice. What kind of games?
Marvel Champions. And then some other board games, but
Nice.
played a lot of Marvel Champions.
I saw that you were playing the Shield, new Shield box. Did you finish it? Did you do the
I
whole
have
thing?
not finished it,
Okay.
but so far it's been pretty fun. I don't know, like, this
Nice.
might be a little spoilery, but like the first person that you fight is a version of Black Widow. And the whole Black Widow like deck and enemy is literally just like an AI version of the Black Widow hero deck.
That's cool.
It's like all about preparations and like flipping those and
yeah.
like
Nice.
random stuff happens that the Black Widow deck already does. So
That's awesome.
it was kind of interesting.
I love how creative they get with the LCGs, like the cooperative LCGs. There's so many cool scenarios for that in Arkham, and
Yeah.
like it's so cool the things that they can do. I'm still dying for a Star Wars
Yeah,
competitive
man.
LCG. That is literally all I want in gaming.
Yeah.
Co-op. You said
Yeah.
competitive.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, cooperative.
I was like,
no,
we don't
not
need a competitive
No, I
LCG.
don't want that. I don't want that. I misspoke.
Yeah.
Cooperative.
A co-op
Yes.
Star Wars LCG would be insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pitched this to Jim Carrey like 2 years ago, but my dream idea is that like you don't play as somebody in the Star Wars universe. You like make up your own character in the Star Wars universe, and you just play as like a, I don't know, like a Jedi Sentinel or like a smuggler or whatever, and you just, I don't know, you take on that persona while you're playing, and you're in the universe. You're not Luke Skywalker or whatever.
Right.
You already get to do that in Star Wars Unlimited, so
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
Well,
All right.
Make it happen, FFG.
I just noticed all three of us are wearing 3 different unplayable hats.
Yep.
We've got the different options here. We're walking commercial.
I don't know if the option that Jay is wearing exists anymore because
It doesn't.
I think we swapped it for the one that you're wearing.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Okay. Well, this one's better anyways, but
it does. The embroidery looks nice. I can
it does look
see it
nice.
through through the screen. So
well, we got to shout out all our members only club. We've got some people in the live stream chat today joining us for the podcast. Shout out to everyone. If you want to join us, you can head to unplayable.gg. You can jump in there. You can hop in for our live recordings of these podcasts and tell us about our trash takes and throw out questions and all that. And you can also grab some of these cool hats. And Mike, do you want to talk about your most recent edition?
Pants.
Yeah. Do you have we should have had a picture or something ready to go.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I can pull it up because it exists now.
Also, if you in the chat want to go ahead and start cooking up some questions for the end of the podcast, go ahead and do that.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little screen share here real quick.
Screen share.
Screen it up, dude.
Okay. I don't know why this is
zoomed
in, but there we go.
We've got participants.
The participants.
Yeah.
In the back end, I only had the pants capitalized, and it made more sense than this does. But I don't think I
guess you could do a dash if you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But next we're gonna have the Partisa shirts, and it's gonna be participant on a shirt.
Just on a shirt, just right there.
Yeah. Anyways, Mike, I gotta give credit where credit's due. That's a phenomenally creative idea, and they look funny. Legit. Like I would wear those too.
I ordered a pair,
nice.
So we'll see.
Yeah. So anybody can order these, right?
Yeah, anybody can order these. We've had several orders so far, way more than I thought we would. So if you want to get in on the action and let them know that you're
amazing
participant, how else are they gonna know if it's not just down your entire pant leg?
Exactly.
Just like on your mat. So
this is one of the 5 favorite things.
What a good meme
we've done.
What a good use of the meme.
Yeah.
So if you want to support the show and other fun ideas like that in the future, grab yourself a pair of participants.
Yep.
And
playable.gg. Check it out. All right, we had a busy weekend of Star Wars Unlimited, guys. There were like 1,000 PQs, and a big event out in Great Britain, the UK Games Expo,
Yeah.
that had a pretty massive showing. So maybe let's just dive in there. They had it was kind of an interesting setup. They had a Friday Swiss event and a Saturday Swiss event, and then the top 8 from each of those went to a top 16 event on Sunday. So on Friday they had 115 players, and on Saturday they had 157 players.
Nice.
And it was ultimately won by Kira Datavault. The players, I don't know
go
how
back
to
to the
say,
screen share here.
Yeah,
so that we can actually take a look.
there you go.
Which one do you want to look at first?
Yeah, that one. You were on it. You were on it, and then you went away. There you go.
I'm on it again.
I don't know how to say that name. Yeho Sarah. I've seen this person's name many times topping events in Europe, but so Kira Datavault took it down. I would like to go to fourth place there. Akbar Datavault.
Okay.
So Akbar Datavault got first in on Saturday. Like straight up, like just dominated and made it again. Can you hit that visual view? I like the visual view more.
Is this the same player that? Yeah, it is.
Okay. So I mean, like, what? We got a bunker defender in here, guys. We got a single bunker defender in there. 1 cost, 2/1 conditional sentinel. I mean, just mad respect. This is awesome.
This player is obviously just like insane at this game. That they can put this stuff together, and also insanely creative.
Yeah.
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 This is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, obviously love it. It's 3 copies of Wedge again, and Wedge does kind of crazy stuff in this deck in general. 2 copies of Timely Reinforcements. That's the like spam all the X-Wing Sentinels. I actually watched them playing, and there was a turn. I think they were playing against like a Vader yellow deck, and was able to like drop Timely Reinforcements with Wedge, like wipe Vader's entire space arena, and have like multiple threats like just sitting on the table. And Vader just scoops and yeah, you got it. Like there's just there's no coming back from this. So
wow.
I freaking love this deck, and the fact that Wedge is doing something is amazing.
That actually seems insane against Vader, because if you can like turn 4, you just like stick Wedge and they can't do anything about it because they don't really play anything other than like Sanction or Shuttle. And then you're going first, you just wipe their entire board of space units before they can flip Vader.
Sanction or Shuttle doesn't do anything either. Like Waylay's
the
only answer.
I always forget that's cost 3 or less every single time. I just assume we can capture anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, again, love to see Akbar doing something. Been messing a little bit with Akbar Colossus, but I think the Data Vault deck is super fun too. Also got a shout out. There was a Piet Red deck that made top 8 at this event.
Wow.
Let's check that one out.
Which is yeah, a little different.
Yeah, okay, they're going the separatist sort of
droid package.
Yeah, the droid package with the Viper probe droid. So I've tried this in a couple decks and specifically in Ventress and Boba, like Pilot Boba, because I think there's value in like scouting your opponent's hand before you flip your pilot leader. And Viper probe droid lets you do that, and Invisible Hand can help you find it. So I think there's something there. Obviously, if this person top 8 at a gigantic event like this, there's something there. But I mean, Piet's not a pilot leader, but still a cool concept there. He's got the Dark Troopers as well that you can grab off of the Invisible Hand, even though you can't play them for free.
And the Vanguard
and these guys,
droid bombers,
yeah.
Those
it's like push a lot
if you
of
control Separatist deal too, yeah. So
yeah,
pretty weird, but I love weird decks. So
you could probably play exactly this deck, but with Boba, and it would also be cool.
With
Boba,
Boba. Yep.
Like you don't get the gigantic ships quite as fast, but
you can play Data Vault.
It can be a very similar deck. Yeah, and you can play Data Vault. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I do love the Invisible Hand. part of that is because I grabbed 3 prestiges of those because I'm like, I just love it so much.
It's a really
But
fun card.
if it gets multiple procs and you're just like you're adding something every time, like that's
That
great value.
that's another card that we're gonna keep having to like look back at in sets moving forward. Like set 5, you can pull like HK-47 and potentially some other things. I think it doesn't care about aspect either, right? So if there's like, some really cool droids and other colors that you want to slap in there, you can. So
Yeah. Yeah.
cool.
Any other
It's destroyed. Okay.
any other results that were interesting to you? I think when I look at the results page in general on like Sue Competitive Hub,
Mm-hmm.
the biggest thing I see is Data Vault everywhere.
Yeah, there's a
Continues.
lot of those.
Continues. Like, oh my gosh, Data Vault.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. We
Good
should
morning, Josh.
we should talk about Data Vault in general.
hey
Like what
Josh. Yeah.
it, I struggle because it's obviously really nice to have that extra padding of health. But like, do you think these lists are like optimal? Like,
It depends on the deck.
I also like I don't know. Yeah, I guess it depends on the deck. If you're not trying to find a specific card.
Yeah, like in Han Green, I run the 30 because I want to Falcon turn 1 or resupply turn 2 or something like that. Like I want to get specific cards as quickly as possible, and having 10 extra cards sucks for that. But if I'm playing Kira, like the only card you really care about getting early is OB, and you have still like a really high chance of getting it by your flip turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think the 10 extra cards matter much there. And it's like a deck that
I-
you're trying to stabilize anyway, so the extra 3 health is super relevant.
yeah. I think right now we have 4 sets and Data Vault is popping off with 4 sets.
Yeah.
Data
Yeah.
Vault will continue with set 5 and set
Just get
6.
better and better, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
all of your
'cause-
options, if all 60 cards just keep getting better, Data Vault, I don't feel like the punishment is
like
as punishing.
the traditional argument against that is like you're still less likely to find the specific things that you want at any given moment. But I don't know if that's as relevant here.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, because if like you said, Kira Data Vault, if you just need good removal, well, if there's good removal,
Well,
like
why
literally
why,
throughout
why
your
not
deck.
put 80 cards in your deck?
uh,
Because there's only so many good removals, right?
yeah.
Like we
So
have
I
enough right now in blue green villain that like
yeah
no matter which one you pull, it's good.
Sure.
yeah. But like, look at that. The second list there, Boba Data Vault won 100-person PQ.
Yeah, in Germany.
Yeah.
I've been actually playing a lot of Boba Data Vault and Boba Green in
I
general
thought you were on
because
ECL.
yeah, I was playing ECL and then I switched to Green, both Data Vault and 30, trying to figure out what feels best. And I don't know. I go back and forth on whether Data Vault's right or 30 is right in a deck like that where like it's not really control deck and you're I don't know. Like you can include 10 more cards, but like do you need to and what does the extra 3 health really get you at the end of the day? Um like I need to like document how many games go to like 31 or 32 health basically, like 30, 31, 32. Like which games
It's
would I
not
lose
just
if I
that
wasn't
though.
playing Data Vault?
Like you don't always get to 31 and 32 and it matter. Like if there's a turn where they have like a 6 damage dude on board, they hit you and take you to 25.
Yeah,
Like you don't have to immediately claim because you're not dying next turn.
right.
Like if they claim an attack.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
think it's more than just getting to 30, 31 or
No,
32.
I agree. I agree. I guess it's just documenting like when it matters, like when it's like okay, I'm so glad I had Data Vault here, rather than just playing it because it's popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and on the converse, it's like 27 HP, you can have less cards in your deck, and nobody's running that.
Yeah, true.
So how relevant is your deck size actually?
Yeah.
Do you think if it was minus
Mm.
10 cards, do you think it would be played? Or do you think
Oh
it
gosh.
doesn't matter?
I don't know if like I think if there was a combo deck, it would matter, but I don't think a combo deck really exists in this game where it would actually make a difference.
Yeah, the closest would be like the Rex Unity Purpose deck, where it's like if you don't get Unity Purpose,
Yeah.
you just
And you
can't
can't play
win.
a red base in that anyway. So
Right. So it's sort of like, well, yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I'm
I don't
not
know.
sure.
And
I mean, I think for like five fewer cards at the cost of 3 health is just not good.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you have Ray Data Vault. Like,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
she just wants one, 2 drops. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like what you have, what you
Yeah.
draw.
Yeah. I mean, that to me is the perfect Data Vault deck because you don't necessarily care about card quality as much, and you can go super late and draw through all of your cards, like to find your answers that you need. There's also a lot of card draw in the deck in general with like the C3POs and the Mon Mothmas and stuff. So you're thinning your deck as you're playing. And you have the healing to where you can
Yeah.
like,
Your leader
you know,
restores 3 on attack. Like that's
yeah, that
huge.
that cushion matters a lot more. Or you can maximize the healing better and stretch
With
your
Ray, it's
total.
almost like you're getting 6 extra HP.
Yeah, because she's already giving you 3.
All right.
So
Just for argument's sake, go scroll down. There's a Vader Yellow who won Planetary Qualifier Las Vegas.
okay,
So if you look at Vader Yellow there at the bottom of your
right
screen,
here.
yeah, click on that.
Wait, Palp Yellow?
Palp Yellow?
Or sorry, yeah, sorry, I meant Palp Yellow. And then look at 5th place. Go
Cad
ahead
Lake
and pull that up.
Country. That's awesome.
I've been telling Mike to run Cad Bane Lake Country, and he played Data Vault instead.
I feel like
Uh,
I would have such a hard time not playing double yellow.
yeah. Well, I gotta shout this out because I've been watching this deck. And this person Roach is their name on Discord. But I just got to give a shout because again, it's sort of like the Data Vault. It's like, okay, I want the extra health, and they said, you know what, I'm not going to give up the extra 10 cards. I'm going to give up a color, and just go, hey, yellow villain stuff is good enough, and they found a way to do it. So I know you guys are gonna disagree with me, but I at least wonder when we get to sets 5 and set 6 again, if you have so many good like yellow villain cards that you're like, man, I can give up another color because the yellow villain stuff is just so good that I can walk into a tournament and with 34 health feel a little bit more comfortable than
I don't disagree with you.
30. Oh, all right.
I
Jay, go ahead.
disagree in the color yellow.
Yeah, maybe yellow specifically just because of how
Uh,
busted cunning is.
There's no
Okay.
way 4 HP it's worth not playing Cunning. Or any of like Cantina Bouncer and Bodhi Rook. Like those are just like insane cards.
I don't know.
In my opinion.
Yeah,
Did you top
those
8
cards are
PQ?
less exciting
I've never been to one, so
in
I
CAD.
I would. Easy.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I think you're right though. In general, the cards as more cards enter the card pool, and you don't feel like you're missing out on as many things because you
Yeah.
have more options. Like, yeah, a base like this gets better.
Like
Mhm.
Leia, I
So
think is an amazing example of being able to run Lake Country because Hero in particular has insane, just heroic neutral
mm,
color cards. Like
Mhm.
just absolutely insane options there, and they're all rebels too. So it's just like you have so many
Yeah, good point.
good
There
options.
there are no just villain cards in the main deck here. It's all yellow or hot
it's all
shot.
yellow stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
yellow cards and
There
Hot Shot Blaster.
there's no bargain in the sideboard. And
Yeah, that's
that's
pretty
it.
cool.
So that's a great point. Because yeah, like fleet lieutenant wing leader is just like a staple um for heroic.
Yeah, and set 5 you get the new Luke. That
Yep.
well,
Yep.
I guess you can't. I mean, I always fall into that trap where that card wants you to have the Force, and if you're playing Lake Country, you're not getting the Force.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
So never mind on that one. But
Yep.
maybe you can go Avar Lake Country because her
Cooking.
ability gives you the
Cooking.
Force.
There we go.
Get a bunch of health. There's a bunch of good green, hero
Broken.
cards out there.
Yep. Yep.
All right, I'll build
It's
it.
good.
I do think Lake Country is a fascinating option though. Like if you I mean, for example, uh, one of the Cad Bane Tarkin towns that had placed like fourth at one of these large events had zero. I had maybe one red card in it or
Yeah,
something.
well, yeah, it's just Hot Shot
It's-
Blaster.
And it might have
Or
been Hot Shot
Ruthless Raider?
Blaster. Oh yeah, Ruthless Raider was
Mm.
like the only one.
Yep.
So it's like that deck could have just been on Lake Country. I mean,
Yeah.
you're losing Tarkin Town, but
Yeah.
Yeah, Tarkin Town, I feel like is half the reason to run that deck in
Yep.
general. But
Yeah.
you're right.
Also, I do want to
Hey,
point
we
out
got
that the Cad Bane
Cat
Data
Data
Vault won a PQ. I don't know if Mike had any influence over that, but
Probably not. Let's see.
it's
how
actually
close it
Mike's
is.
deck, exact to the
We'll
T.
see. We'll see.
it does have Take Captive.
That's close.
And,
Hey, I'm glad that people are playing Take Captive and giving that card respect. I like the Xanadu Blood. That's pretty cool.
Take Captive and Dryden in the sideboard. You were
I
running
did
it
not
main
have
deck, right?
resupply. Yeah, I was running one of these main deck to Dryden's main deck. So I mean, yeah, this is definitely a different. They have now there are two of them. I didn't have that one, but obviously they
It's
did better
very
than me,
similar
so-
though. Xanadu Blood.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good card.
Yeah.
I think you can
And
be
they
all
ran
right.
61
I
cards.
almost played this.
They ran 61. They
is
said Data
insane.
Vault isn't enough.
You know,
I
you gotta
want-
have
I
that one
want
extra
more.
card for good luck.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, congrats to AJ Suso for
Yeah, that's awesome.
taking down the PQ. All right. Any other competitive results? I did see a little bit more of Hantu Blue in the top results, which made me sad that someone else is better at the game than me. But
Yeah, that was a player in New Jersey, I think that
yeah,
did well
took
with
it
that.
down.
Just wait till
92 player.
next set, dude. With the
I
Ogden
know,
Bog
right?
Oh
and
yeah,
crap.
yeah. That's gonna be crazy. There were
Yep.
so many this weekend.
Do you think there's a
Yep.
world where you play something like a villain card in your deck that you can immediately kill with his ability, so that you can play
Oh, so you can turn
Anakin
on
on
Anakin?
5 and do -6/-6?
That's cool.
Like turn 2, you play
like
2 cost that costs you 3.
like a Bazine,
Yeah, something like that.
because you don't really care about her
Keeping it on board.
stats anyway. I guess she doesn't even die. She's a 1/1,
Yeah,
a 3-cost 1/1.
yeah, that's
Yeah, and
actually
you-
worse.
yeah,
and then
you
when
want-
she
yeah,
dies, you
yeah.
get to
It needs to be something
turn on Anakin's ability.
that dies.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can still run her into something later. Like
Yeah.
If
before
only
you
the
play
Porg
Anakin.
was villain.
The Porg.
The 0 cost Porg. Yeah.
Maybe it should be.
You just put it in your discard just for Anakin.
Nice.
It's good.
That leads
All right.
really well into my deck.
All right. Well, hey, yeah, let's so we're gonna dive into, we got set 5 coming. I mean, we're in June now. So now we're talking, we're a month away from pre-releases. It's really gonna start heating up the hype for set 5, especially because we're gonna have set 5 in our hands for 2 or 3 weeks before Galactic. So I'm sure there will be a lot of interesting ideas, and I can't wait to see what happens. But we thought, hey, let's just talk about some of our early ideas for set 5 decks. Jay, since you said it leads into
Yeah,
Your
let me
idea.
pull that up.
We
Let's
got-
pull up your,
All right,
your
just
deck over
just for clarity here, about 5 minutes before we started podcasting, I saw a message from Mike, "Hey, build a set 5 deck." So I made this.
oh
here.
my
That's because you
God.
didn't look at your text
Fast.
messages yesterday or something,
Snore.
or this morning. I don't remember when. I sent
Also, that Hot Shot viewing is supposed to be Hot Shot Blaster, just so everybody knows.
it.
But-
Perfect.
Oh gosh.
I felt like Han 1 blue is a really interesting way to make Anakin work, because you can put
Mm.
stuff in your resources and then just discard it. And my option was Bazine,
Okay.
That's cool.
yeah,
because I
okay.
could also just like smuggle it out later if I really needed to like hit something out on my opponent's hand or whatever.
That's cool.
So the idea is to be able to, like turn 1, put Bazine down there, and then drop a Falcon. Turn 2, you pay for it, get the villain card there, and then by the time you flip, if they know good to me dead you still have Anakin that you could play for 6, kill something for -3/-3. If they don't, then you're playing Luke or Qui-Gon, which is just insane. So,
That's spicy.
awesome. Yeah,
That's
I love this.
spicy. Yeah. You said, yeah, I don't care about Flipatine or whatever Chancellor Palpatine. I'm not going that direction. I'm sticking with Han.
Yeah,
Well done.
Han's so good.
This is I mean, like, is 3 Bazine enough? Like, do you think you might need more villain stuff?
Maybe. Like I said, I built this super fast, and the first thing that came to mind as an option that like you could actually maybe use. You're also playing tech, which is cool. So if you do put villain cards in your deck, you could also smuggle them out with tech if you ever needed to.
Yeah.
But Bazine was like the easiest choice here to like
Yeah.
put
It's
down.
it's just a villain card, right? It doesn't have to be a unit.
No, it doesn't have
For
to be
Anakin, yeah, just a villainy
Okay.
card.
Okay. I
um
wonder if like a no good to me dead is like like fine,
yeah.
just cheap villain event. I'm trying to
Could
think of like
be.
other cheap like villain events that you could just like get rid of early. Uh I don't know.
Uh
There's no zero cost ones, huh? I guess not.
Not good ones probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's well, it's a force card, so it wouldn't necessarily work in this unless you switch to the force base. But there's As I Have Foreseen, which technically doesn't cost extra because
Yeah,
it's just
that's
play
a
the
good
top
idea.
card of your deck instead of a card in your hand.
Yeah, that actually works. So could try that as well. Uh Pay 3 to do it.
Could be interesting.
It gets more
I
yeah.
mean, like if you miss and you like hit a redemption off the top that you can't play, that obviously sucks, but
Yeah.
uh
That's funny.
theoretically possible.
Yeah. I have you now. It's 1 cost. Yellow villain attack with a vehicle unit. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to it during this attack.
But
I don't know if like it's just I'm trying to come up with like the cheapest
I already
ones.
got
Yeah, I don't
Han.
think you're choosing to play it for 3. I think if there's other cards that let you discard cards from your hand, like the R2 actually, the
Mhm.
set 3 R2, um,
Yeah, that probably can make its way in here.
Oh, yeah. That's
like
good.
you don't even have to. I mean, with Han specifically, like all you got to do is put it in your resource row. You just say that this card's in my deck and it's a resource every time. Not the most optimal way to build, but like you can do it. And then you also have R2 so that you can discard it from your hand with his ability too.
Oh, no one in chat said have to use the force to play the As I've Foreseen.
Yeah, I mentioned that. You'd have to switch to the
Oh,
force
okay.
base
Got it.
and probably put some more force units in the
Yeah.
deck, but yeah.
There are some other cool like options too with if you do go force, and I considered it for a second and I was like, "Nah, I'll just do I don't have enough time, so I
Yeah.
just made this."
I
it
respect it.
it does seem kind of crazy. Like if you can curve into like Anakin into a Luke Skywalker, that just feels
Yeah, totally.
game ending. Like almost, where you're just like, here's
Yeah.
this.
Or even Qui-Gon. I think Qui-Gon's really good
Yeah,
as well.
Qui-Gon.
That's yeah, ambush
Really strong.
and
Ambush and
it's
then put something on top, I think, of your opponent's
oh
deck,
yeah.
or top or
Top
bottom.
or bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a 2-for-1, potentially a
So
3-for-1 if he lives.
so basically Han 1 has more tricks this set is what you're saying.
That was the goal.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Nice.
Even like you got Deepa in there, you got golly, there's so many top end stuff. Wow.
Yeah, I have what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6 drops for the turns where they like no good your Han when you flip, so that you have something to do.
Mhm.
Um
Or get one shot with the Mr. Bones.
exactly. Or get
Yeah.
one shot by Mr. Bones.
Do they
uh
flip into your Mr. Bones?
They
Like,
did. They 100%. I had no cards in hand and I had a ready Mr. Bones and like it was one of those like I think they just forgot Mr. Bones had text. Like
yeah,
they
yeah,
just were in
makes
it.
sense.
So
RIP.
That's awesome.
You do
yeah.
lose out like Ewing reinforcements and stuff, so that stinks, but
Ewing Reinforcement
I
is a good card.
I have only ever played Han 1 and Twin Suns. Like I've never been interested in playing like Premier, but this would make me want to play Han 1. Finally has a color I can agree with. Yeah. That's cool.
All
I
right,
like
let
it,
me
Jack.
see if I can swap to the Kanan deck that you wanted to talk about. I
Yeah.
guess it's gonna remove our thing here, but there it is.
All right. So first of all, I did not build this deck. It's actually Cam Mitchell in our Discord built this deck.
I had to
And
rebuild this on my own account because you had like 60 sideboard cards, and it
okay,
would be too big for the screen.
listen, I literally copied it from Cam. He's dude, he's tinkering. He's in the tank. He's figuring it out, right? He's doing all the work so that the rest of us can take the credit. But yeah, okay, Josh in live chat is very excited that there's a Kanan deck. Okay, so I got to give him full credit. I have not tried this deck. I did not build it. But I've been thinking about it, and when I saw his version, I thought, yeah, this could actually be a good place to start. So I am really excited about Kanan. I've said like it's probably the first deck I'm gonna build. It's the first like double blue deck that was like, okay, yeah, this seems sick. The main thing being Doom. Like I think Doom is just a really cool card. 4 cost,
sick.
double blue, 2/7. When the regroup phase starts, give an experience token to each other friendly non-vehicle unit. So, yeah, the early game, if you get Lothwolf out there, if you can shield it before it dies with Kanan's ability on the second turn, it's pretty sick.
Perfect.
Ye-
Right up my alley. Didn't we talk about this recently? And this is the first deck you're bringing up, huh?
In theory, we did
You're
talk about
you're
it.
missing a 3 village protectors, coach.
It could be pretty.
It was
sick.
one of the 60 sideboard cards.
Yeah. Yeah. You got Ezra because Ezra is on attack. You can give an experience token to another creature or specter unit. So there's specters in Hera. You've got the Lothwolf. You've got obviously Kanan unit. You've got some ghosts in here.
Ghost, yeah.
Which is pretty cool. And then obviously paying 4 for vigilance is just, what more do you want in life? It's just fun. So the interesting part, okay, so I've said this combo a few times on here, so I don't have to belabor the point. But Bendu at 6, if you can attack on the 7 resource turn, you could play a Zillow Beast for 7. Which is just
cool.
sort of, here's a big threat. What are you gonna do about it? Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But that might be Merry Christmas Fantasy Land, but that's why it exists in there. The interesting part is like the new ghost, where each other friendly specter unit gains this the unit's keywords, and then while it's upgraded, it gains Sentinel, so you can shield it with Kanan.
Yeah.
And then like every specter unit gets Sentinel now. So, the Hera, the Ezra, the Kanan unit, the Kanan leader. Sometimes I was thinking like that actually might be bad. Like you might not
you
want
don't want you don't want all of them to have Sentinel. You want to protect them a little bit.
Because Kanan leader flipping with the Jedi lightsaber is like
it's a lot of damage.
Huge. It's like a 8/10 or something. I don't know, something stupid. So but also just, if Doom is, no, it has to be non-vehicle, never mind. So you got to watch the non-vehicle stuff, but I don't know, man. There's a ton of restore, there's a ton of shields.
Oh,
what more
funny.
do you want?
Doom can hold the Jedi lightsaber.
You can?
Yeah, Doom can. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. What do you guys think?
I like it. I think Kanan seems just really sick in general.
Wait. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he just seems really powerful as a leader. Giving shield tokens to your units we've already seen be very good, and he flips and he's just like a monster. So he's gonna be hard to deal with. I feel like I would want more specters and or creatures in the deck if it's possible to throw more in, but yeah, it's a pretty sweet start.
Yeah. Yeah, Noah in our chat said my first build of this was almost all vehicles because I missed Doom's text. LOL. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be.
Yeah, I might throw in some Purgles in here instead of some of the ships.
Okay. Yeah. That could be a thing.
Thematic too. Then
I've actually really Kaya D is. I've been playing a little bit more of him recently, and he is like really been great.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah, I was playing him in Ventress Red when I was playing more Force stuff, and he gets you a lot of cards.
Yeah, that's why I put him in the Han one that I just did, because like you're going down so heavy on cards using the ability, so getting those cards back is nice.
Yeah, you proc the ability one time, and it's like just value time.
Yeah, it feels
like,
really
it's
good.
so good.
Yeah.
And he's just hard to get rid of unless they want to use a fell or something like that on him.
If you do
So
like Hantu blue, like that deck can draw so many cards
Yeah, I know.
between
It's
like
insane.
both Kiadi and like the other stuff. It's like
yeah.
just never run out of gas.
Well, that's what I did at my PQ. Is I drop him at 4 and then try to get the Hammerhead out at 5.
Mm-hmm.
And there were times like they just couldn't deal with it. So
Yeah, I mean you can do that
yeah.
even better now with
I know.
the other Kiadi. So
Yeah.
that's sweet. Cool.
So
All right.
probably just need to add Village Protectors to drive Jay crazy, and we'll call it a day.
And the shield base, so you can shield the Lothwolf too.
yeah.
You can shield
Double
it with
shielded Village
Kanan,
Protectors. Yeah, but that, I mean, don't you want more shields?
of course. Always.
Jay's running the Saboteur deck for this set, though, I think. So
Yeah, you should for his sanity. All right, so here's the deck that I have been thinking about a lot, and it's Avar, which is a hero leader, and I rarely play hero leaders anymore, but she just seems so fun. Her like little mini game, trying to flip her as fast as possible so that she is gigantic. Um, just seems really sweet. So, yeah, you got like a bunch of cards that let you spend the force, like Sorcerer's Blast and Infused Brawler on turn 1 as a 4/4. You get the Jedi Consular. You get East Koth and stuff like that. Uh, I think the MVP in a deck like this is Luke, because Luke is repeatable. It doesn't say once per phase. So, like, you
what's his
can.
text again? Can you remind me?
Yeah, so when you play another unique unit, you may spend the force, and if you do, you give him an experience and a shield.
Okay. Yeah.
So as you play unique units, like you play him on 4 resource turn, and then you play like Obi-Wan and like Gunji or something like that. You give 2 experience and 2 shields to Luke, and you're spending the force twice. Like you're probably not flipping on that turn as Avar, but like as you go up in the resource cost, and you can play more stuff at a time and use the force more in a turn. Like I like Luke because of the fact that he's not capped in terms of the amount of force that you can spend on him. So if you're at the right resource number, you can like really get it going. And yeah, like there's not a lot of top end here because Avar is the top end. Like she flips and just attacks your opponent for 8 a couple times, and you're probably good to go. You also can start like Gunji plus General's Blade and like ruin your opponent's life unless they have a specific answer to it. And yeah, Neon Strike also had that in there because who doesn't want to attack again with Avar for 9 this time? Or even like 5 resource turn, you play Eat Koth, and then you can Neon Strike and kill something that has 6 health, and
that's the
put him into
Jedi
your
dogfight, right?
resources. Yeah. Put him into your resources because you gained the force when you attacked with him. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of uses for that card in general, and it's pretty cool. You can do like double General's Blade too. Like if you slap General's Blade onto something, like you Gunji turn 1, General's Blade, attack with him, and then use Neon Strike to attack again. You can play something for 4 less. So lots of cool things there.
Yeah,
Jedi
like
Consular is insane.
Yeah,
Just an
that card's
insane
ridiculous.
card. It's like a way better version of the Alliance Dispatcher.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%. I mean, especially in this one, it literally
Like,
is
turn
trivial to
2,
gain the
Eth
force.
Koth, like, jeez
Yep.
Louise.
Eth Koth or Luke or, I mean, even Kiadi using the force, draw 2 cards, like refill your hand.
You have to use the Force to play the card, though, so I don't think that you can.
Oh, that's true. That's true. It does not have synergy with that. That is very true.
Eth Koth is like the only one. All right, Bright Hope, I guess.
Luke as well, because you don't have to spend the force when he's played.
Yeah.
Bright Hope too.
Dang.
So lots of cool stuff there.
That's wild, man. Yeah, I like this. Pretty low curve. Yeah, Noah's commenting, but friggin' Gunji, man.
Gunji.
He do be good.
Yep.
Cool.
Right.
Any other decks that we have not shared but are excited about? I know Jay. I remember you were talking to me the other day about Third Sister.
Oh yeah, that's a fun deck. Just so much hidden, and like flipping and dealing 5 for like usually the 5/4 stat line is like so bad. But when you throw a couple lightsabers on her, it's pretty sick.
Yeah.
It's a wicked deck. It's with yellow and it's like aura seeing, and then I guess my whole premise of the deck is I have a bunch of 2 drops, and then I've got several lightsabers, the fallen, the constructed, and then for the space, if I start space, I have Vader. So it's like turn
Mm,
1, play a 2 drop, turn 2 is 3 cost upgrade. And if they don't have a way to answer that, then you're doing so much damage. And then on the flip turn, because she's hidden, as long as you play around like open fire and take down, you just like load her up with upgrades and
nice.
swing for a ton of damage. It's
That's
insane.
sick. I like it.
That's cool.
Obviously, there's a lot of counterplay with the whole like turn 2 upgrade, but you know what decks you can do that against.
Yeah.
So
Sweet. And then
Cool.
David, you had that Kaz blue deck that you were messing around with a little
Yeah.
bit.
So when Jim and I were driving back from regionals, we started to talk set 5 and, what do we want to start working on? And, I have stuff like Kanan that seems fun. And then I was thinking, I really think Kaz Blue could be kind of awesome. And the funny thing is, he's kind of pinned as this like pilot leader, but actually there's a bunch of ground stuff that he's potentially making better. Like it could just be a ground aggro deck because the Loth Wolf, Ogdo Bogdo, there's that contracted ambusher guy. He's like a 3 cost 4/4 that end of round defeats itself. There's just like a bunch of random stuff that gets really great on ground. And so I've been testing a little bit and it's pretty fun. Like it's pretty sweet to Ogdo Bogdo just like,
Yeah,
swing for 5.
just don't care about his ability to just attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, just play a 3 cost 5/5 that doesn't have a downside. That sounds good.
Push a bunch of damage. You can do all the surprise strikes and the hot shot blaster and all the things. So I did start to wonder if it should have that pounce card in, like if it should go like a little bit more into like the creature stuff to do the 2
That's
cost plus
cool. You
4.
got the Lothwolves and Ogdo Bogdo.
Yeah.
+4 is a lot.
Plus 4 is a lot. I think it needs more creature. I haven't looked through all the creatures and maybe I mean, we haven't had the whole set yet. So, because some of the creatures are like the Purgles in space that are just too slow for what this deck wants to do.
oh,
But
here it goes.
Our computer's doing this thing again.
Here it goes. Give us a minute, folks.
Uh-oh.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
You disappeared from me too, Jay.
I disappeared. I'm still here.
I know, you're screaming black for me. There it is.
I need to figure out what's happening. I don't know
That's
why.
so-
Why?
so
Why?
funny.
Why does it do this? I just like I refresh the page and it works. So it's like I don't know why my camera is disconnecting from it.
That's
Trash.
so weird.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think Akira ECL is back on the menu next set too.
With Vader.
Like, yes, like being able to Ogdo Bogdo, and then flip OB, wipe their board, followed up with ECL Vader to kill 2 things after they've like reestablished the board. It's just like,
Yeah, that's filthy.
what do you do?
That's filthy.
I honestly think she might be like Kira ECL might be like a really insane deck next set. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to rebuilding Gar, Saxon, ECL with that stuff, with the Vader and stuff like that. It just sounds so fun. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that deck's already like pretty decent. And Vader just puts it over the top. Like that
Yeah.
immediately becomes the best card in that deck. So
Good stuff. Good
Yep.
stuff.
All right. Well, we'll finish it out with some live member questions that have been dropped in. Lightsaber Larry says, with a little less than half the set spoiled, how are you feeling about Legends of the Force so far?
Very excited.
Yeah, it's a very cool set. I'm hype about it.
What's not to love, man? You got Jedis and Sith and new fun keywords.
Yeah.
I think the Force mechanic's going to be interesting.
Is that the 2 big thing this set so far? It's the new evergreen keyword and hidden, and then the force mechanic. Those are the only 2.
There's like a sub theme of creatures, but it's
Right.
not like
But it's not like a mechanic.
Yeah. I think they've typically stuck to 2 like new mechanics in a set, right? Because in set 2 we had like smuggle and bounties.
Bounty, yeah.
Set 3 we had coordinate and exploit. Set 4 it's piloting. Is it just piloting in set 4?
No, there's something else, I think.
Indirect damage.
Indirect damage, yeah.
Yeah, indirect. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Yeah. And then yeah.
Yeah.
But I like this set has some of the coolest theme in it, just period. So like I I don't think it's a scenario like set 3 where like, love the Clone Wars theme, but the set is kind of
Yeah,
not powerful enough.
not there.
There are a lot of cards that seem quite powerful in this set, so
Yes.
Yep.
I agree.
very
That's good.
excited.
Halfrick asks, thoughts on the new Ahsoka leader? I'm kind of disappointed. You and me both, man.
Same. We talked about this, I think, on our spoiler review.
Yeah, we did a live stream where we did spoiler review, but we just released it as a video too.
Yep. But yeah, I think I don't know. I just wish she wasn't so boring. Like,
yeah, it's just disinteresting.
it's just she's just too vanilla for her character.
Yeah,
uninteresting. Yeah.
Good. I think in draft she'll be great, but
Yeah.
in Premiere I don't know about that. So, all right, we've got Will ask, would you like the FFG to change the release schedule for this middle of the year set so it isn't on July 4th weekend?
It feels weird that they're doing the pre-release that weekend. I mean,
I don't see a huge downside to just like moving it back a week, right? Like,
yeah,
have it the weekend after 4th of July.
Because of Galactics, right? That they couldn't do that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, like, sure, they could move Galactics a week later too, right? Like,
That'd be Gen Con.
Okay, well, the Galactics could not be in July.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I understand why it is the way it is.
I agree for this year. Okay, they could move it the other way. Like, it could release the last week of June, right? Like, or last weekend of June. I think just in general, trying to avoid releasing a product on a holiday weekend, especially one where people are not likely to be at their local game store, is a smart business decision.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, I think they've adjusted because you can do a pre-release on Thursday, July 3rd. So if your stores don't know that, make sure you communicate that to them because I think a lot of people want to do that.
Yeah. You'll still probably have lower turnout this set for pre-releases than previous pre-releases.
I'm going to be out of town. I'm not even going to be in town for a pre-release.
Case in point.
Yeah. Well, you just go to that town. See, if everybody goes to a different town and just goes to that town's pre-release, it all evens out.
I'll be at Galaxy's Edge. Maybe they'll do a pre-release there.
Oh,
there you
that's
go.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's like ideal. I just when I look at the rhythms of the year in general, I still think I like where Galactics is. I like that it's towards the beginning of a set, not the end of the set. Because I think it'll just be really exciting. Everyone will be really excited to draft because they're filling out their collections. They want to trade. They want to, see what do the big brains of the community, what did they figure out about the set that, they reveal on stream at Galactics. Like, I think the hype there will be worth it.
Yeah, very exciting. I do wish...
because if Galactics was the end of June, it'd be the end of JTL right now. So...
Well, yeah.
How much innovation would there be?
I agree with you. Like, I like the set cadence, and I like the, we don't have that much time between new set and big tournament. I think that's all exciting. I just think everything should be shifted to accommodate the calendar year. Like, don't change the ratios between, like where sets line up with big events like that. You have to do it once to like recalibrate. But I also think that it's kind of insane that it's a week before Gen Con. So
you're saying do like February, June, October, like release or something.
Yeah.
And then
yeah. Something like that.
Yep. Well, there you go. All right. I think that's everything. Did I miss anything that you guys wanted to touch on?
I don't think so. We don't have a pack to open for Pack One Pick One this week, so
we don't.
We'll get back to that next week.
We need a pack
because
simulator.
I used my one pack for another video.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
I only bought Carbonite packs for this set, basically, so I'm useless.
It's good. All right. Well, if you're not in our Discord, be sure to hop in. You can check the show description below to hop in our Discord. Check out unplayable.gg to join the members only club. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.